All right, welcome everybody to the Monday edition. Today is the 14th of December. This is our edition of the Monday night. We call it the bump card mindset training, mindset teaching. We do every Monday night. We have guests on. I do it. So anytime you guys would like to do it and want to talk about something, let me know. Glad to let you have the floor. Glad to let you get started. So that being said, let me say a couple of things about the schedule because we're coming into the holiday season. I think it's important that we all know what's happening with the schedule. Okay, so hold on, can't do that. Cannot do that. Something just happened to my screen again. Hold on, guys. Okay, got it. So today's the 14th. I will be doing the presentation this Thursday, which will be the 17th. Okay, we roll into Monday next week, which is going to be the 21st. I believe Monday is the 21st. Well, today's the 14th plus 7. Yeah, 21st. So there's no reason to have anything starting next week. So Monday, we will not have the corporate call. We won't have the Monday night call. We will not have the Wednesday Strive for 5, and we will not have the Thursday presentation. So we're going to sit back and relax, and I want everybody to kind of, spend the time with your families, get your stuff where you feel like you need to be, because we've had a trying year this year. Get yourself, around your family, get comfortable, and just kind of relax for a minute and kind of contemplate and kind of decide what you want to happen for 2021. So with that being said, I want to kind of talk about something tonight. Let's see. I got some notes here as well. So I do want to talk tonight about mainly, hold on, let me try to figure this out. I got two things going on at once. Something triggered my computer to do something crazy. I don't know what it is. So bear with me. Okay, that's not it. Okay, got it. All right, so I want to talk to you guys tonight about something that's pretty important, and it kind of lets you kind of think about moving into 2021. I couldn't find anything on my notes that I've taken over years about holidays, and networking, and I'm sure I got it. I just didn't have time to find it all, but I found something really good though that I've taken notes on a long time ago. So what I want to talk to you about tonight is, as we move into 2021, I want you to kind of think about what you want to happen, a roadmap of what you want to happen. You're going to have to make the roadmap, figure it out 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, where you want to be, those kind of things. But if I had to give you a title for tonight, it would be something like, if you want success in 2021, you got to kind of figure out to unstick what's got you stuck. That's a good one. You have to figure out how to unstick what has you stuck, what has you not moving, what's got you stuck, and whatever's going on. So, God, how do I start? Okay, so think about this. Have you ever wondered? Many times we know that we need to get better results. We need better results in life. We need better results in business. We need better results in personal relationships, whether it's personal, whether it's business, but we can't get ourselves to that point to do it. I mean, that's one of the things that we all suffer. I do. I'm speaking to myself, so I'll just say me. But I mean, we always hear this thing. And listen, if you haven't heard this, you haven't been in the business long enough. But we always hear this. You got to know your why. You must know your why. I mean, seriously. Have you ever met someone who didn't really have a why? Have you? I mean, we all do. We have a why. So how is it that a majority of people have a why, but still don't take action and remain consistent? I mean, I have done this so many times. Thomas, DeLon, Chaz, Claudia, Leonard, we've done this so many times. It is instilled in us that when we get a new person on board, we get them on the phone and go, let's go through the steps. How many hours you want them to do? How many per week? Don't tell me what you want me to hear. Tell me what you're really going to do. Tell me your reason why. Do you want more vacation? Do you want more money? And it doesn't matter what they say. I want more free time with my family. I want to take more, whatever it equates to, it always equates to one thing: more money. It always does. And you can take any person's reason why, and it's always going to equate to more money. It will. It will. But we always hear, you got to know your why. What's your reason why? But again, we all have a reason why, and we share it. So why is it that we all have a reason why, but we still don't take action and we don't remain consistent to get that done? Our reason why. Why is that? Well, I don't know if I have the clarity on that, but I'll give it an attempt. Uh, you have to have clarity. That's a good one. You have to have clarity. And if you have clarity on what you want and how you're going to get there with a roadmap, in turn, you will get more results. You will. And I've used this analogy before because I do live in Texas. You know, if you go to the gun range and you're going to fire your weapon, you're going to sight your weapon or whatever. If you don't put a target at the end of that range that you're shooting at, I promise you, you will not hit the target because it's not there. It's the same thing with planning your future, planning what you're going to do, what we're talking about, how to get unstuck. If you don't put it down where you see it and a plan, how are you going to get to your reason why? If you don't have a roadmap, chances are you're not going to hit it. You won't get it. So one of the biggest key reasons that we really have a hard time taking action is that we have things stuck. We have things stuck in our emotions, like our emotional hard drive. Let's say our emotional hard drive. So our emotional hard drive essentially works just like a computer's hard drive. It works the same way. I mean, I know this has happened to you. It's happened to me, so I'm gonna say me, okay? You're at the computer. This has happened to me many times. I'm at the computer, I'm typing away, but it doesn't seem to be responding quick enough for me. So why does that happen? I don't know what happens. One reason can be that your computer's hard drive, it's full. How does that happen? Well, you may not realize it, but you're the one that's actually responsible for this happening, for it being full. You did it. You did it. So have you ever, okay, try this. And I know I'm kind of all over the map. I'm trying to pull it all together. Have you ever gone online to go download a file? Let's go download a file. But when you click it the first time to download it, nothing happens. So then if you're like me, you get impatient, you get a little impatient. What do? Click, 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 click. You click it 2 or 3 more times. Now, what did you actually accomplish? Here's what you just did. You just downloaded that exact same file several times because the patience wasn't there. So the point I'm trying to make is, imagine now doing this for several months or several years in your business. Do you think that in time, your computer's hard drive is going to eventually get filled up with a bunch of unnecessary stuff, duplicates and things like that? No doubt about it, it's going to happen. That impatience, which I'm probably the most impatient person that anyone's met. And I do things like this. This is why I can relate to this and talk about it. But if you do that over time, you know, you're duplicating, you're putting stuff on there that you don't really, you know, your emotional hard drive. It works the exact same way. See, if you had something negative happen to you when you were 5 years old, 5 years ago, 5 days ago, 5 months ago, doesn't matter. Every time you relive those negative emotions, what you're actually doing, you're right, you're packing more junk on your emotional hard drive. Every time. Every time. So they kind of work one and the same. But when your emotional hard drive gets stuck, in other words, we get stuck is what I'm talking about. You got to get unstuck. If we don't learn to clean it out, purge it out, whatever you want to call it, clean up whatever, we have a hard time consistently moving forward and taking that massive action. So we'll often feel we're taking 1 step forward and we're taking 10 steps back. I mean, I feel that way. I do. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is, when our emotional hard drive gets stuck, we get stuck. That's what happens. Unfortunately, I do know a thing or two about things getting stuck in my emotional hard drive. I have some experience on that, but look, before I got into network marketing, I was doing little things on side businesses and trying to start little businesses on the side and things of that nature. And I got married early in life, and you know, that emotional hard drive, man, I can think back on those years, but remember what I said, 5 years, 5 months, 5 days, 5 minutes. When you start thinking about that stuff, it gets you stuck again. So I try to stay out of that. That's that emotional pain. There's some pain involved in that. And I try to stay out of that emotional pain from that experience that I got from there. I don't ever forget it, but I try not to stay in that realm, you know, in that deal. And you know, I think back sometimes about my emotional hard drive when people, relatives in my family, like my uncle, my grandfather, people that's passed away, you know, from different things that, you know, like cancer. I mean, I had a uncle that died in a plane crash, you know, died in a plane accident. And I remember my mom got the phone call, you know, that my uncle died in a plane crash. It was a weird feeling. It's a strange feeling when you hear things like that. And someone's just taken away, like a car accident, or, you know, things that it just frays your emotional hard drive. It does. I mean, it just happens. And so you can understand why, you know, when you have things that happen to you, even at an early age, and there's some people here that's had some things happen in their life that you still remember and you don't want to let go because it binds you to where you are. It makes you the person you are, which is a better person, hopefully. But, you know, if I had to learn this all over again, how to clean and purge my emotional hard drive, to be honest, I probably would have never made it in network marketing. I would have quit. I would have quit. And I probably would have just resorted to accepting, you know, my past and my present and future, just the way it was going to be, you know. But that's enough about my emotional hard drive, okay? What about yours? You know, you have stuff that's stuck there that you don't even know about. And it's why people often throw in the towel and they give up. I've seen so many people in this business excited, and I've watched them work, and I've watched them do good, and I've watched them help people, and I've watched them literally quit when they're right there at the blocks to making a difference. They quit. They quit. Just throwing the towel in. Look, personally, this is something I'll just look. I experienced a lot of rejection in my life. Even not just rejection, but I've experienced a lot of abandonment in my life too. And if I didn't leave my past in the past, I would hate to say that I would, but I probably would relive that rejection and pain every time I heard no. And I've heard no a lot, trust me, a lot. So if I didn't leave that in the past, it would probably conjure up some thought processes that's probably unhealthy. So, I mean, you can create a story of feeling sorry for yourself because, you know, you feel the present rejection that's associated with your past rejection. Whatever, you guys understand. But again, it's from something being stuck in your emotional hard drive. And I hope this is making sense. I put this together really quickly, so I hope I'm making sense. But I'm trying to get my point across about getting stuck. I mean, when that happens, when your emotional hard drive gets stuck, when that happens, I mean, do you feel like moving ahead towards your goals and doing it fast and consistently? Of course you don't. You don't. You just don't, because you're stuck. You're just stuck. And in addition to cleaning out your emotional hard drive, here's one more suggestion. I learned this a long time ago. I use it most of the time, but I am guilty of sometimes letting it slip. Okay. Master the ability to take massive action, even if your emotional hard drive tries to get you stuck. Just get through it. Working for me, continuously working, keeps my emotional hard drive from getting stuck. Just working. If I sit for any amount of time and think about what's happening, how do I turn it off? Okay, now I'm falling into that trap. And before I know it, I am stuck. I'm just stuck. There's nothing I can do about it. So just learn to take massive action. It's important that you make a decision and that you get a roadmap going and you take that action, but you stay consistent with whatever your reason why is. And you have to make that roadmap to do that. You have to make that roadmap to do it. There's no other way about it. So when your feelings, and we all have feelings, you know, when they're not in harmony with your goals, you need to ignore your feelings. That's what needs to happen. When you've got your goals set and you've got your roadmap the way you want to go, when your feelings get involved, your emotional hard drive starts kicking in. If they're not in line with your goals, Ignore your feelings. Ignore them. They're not doing you any good at that moment. Not at that moment. Really not. Look, I'm not encouraging you to sweep your deepest, darkest feelings under the rug. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to say that at all. However, take the time to become aware of how often you reward some of the smallest negative emotions that turn up in your day, things that slow you down. Take the time to be aware of those and recognize that they're happening. I'm not trying to take the pain in your life or the things that's happening in your life that's made you what you are today and sweep them under those. I'm not doing that. That's not what I want to do at all. Not at all. All I'm trying to do is just be cognizant and be aware of exactly what's happening in your life. And in 2021, you've got 2 weeks to sit down with yourself. This is for you or your spouse or your family. And just make that roadmap. Make the roadmap of where you want to be in 60 days, 90 days, 120, 6 months. Do it. Do it yourself. And then put it where you can see it. Because I'm telling you, there is credence to out of sight, out of mind. There truly is. You've got to see it every day. Look, and I know I can hear some of you now. Oh, here comes that cliche again. Got to put it where I can read it every day. Got to do it. Guys, I'm going to tell you something, and girls, I'm going to tell you something. You can think that's a cliche, and I'm not saying any of you are, but some people do. But I will tell you this. Everything in your life, everything you do, no matter what it is, starts with a thought. Everything. You want to eat? You got to think about it. You want to drive? You got to think about it. You want to walk? You got to think about it. You want to breathe? You're thinking about it subconsciously. Whatever you do, a thought process happens. This is why it's important to see what your goal is every day for that thought process, that thought process, that thought process. Because I am a person that believes in this. What you think about, come about. What you think about, come about. If you're one of those persons, look around you. Look at the people that you know. Find someone that thinks negative all the time, and it's always negative. Things are going wrong. Things are not good. Oh, woe is me. Look at the life they're living. It is impossible to think like that and live a good life. It's not even possible. You can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible to think that way and live the life of your dreams. It is virtually not doable. So it's important that you understand how strong your mind is and how it directs things to happen for you. It just is. And so, the more positive you think, the more positive things happen in your life. It just does. When you think about something enough and you think about a certain car you wanted to buy and you love this car and things of that nature, I'll give you an example. And it might be not a great example, but think about this. You're thinking about a certain car you want, a certain car you want, a certain car you want, and finally you get that certain car. Well, you never paid attention. You looked around before and all the cars were there just like what you wanted, but you never saw them. You never saw them. But you thought about it and you thought about it and you thought about it and you bought the car, and immediately you see cars like yours everywhere. You never saw them before. You never saw them before. Why did that happen? I'm not sure. It has a whole lot to do with the thought process, because now you're proud of this car. You're thinking about your car all the time, how much you like it, and all of a sudden you see them like it. You see cars just like yours. The mind is super strong. It can take you where you want to go. It can also take you where you don't want to go. It can. It can. So you got to be careful. So, guys, the only thing I want to say, and I'm going to close on this deal now. I'm going to close. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here this evening. And I want to thank all of you for going through this 2020 year with the bump card when we pre-launched this thing 8.5 months ago, 9 months ago, we pre-launched. And we had some growing pains, and whatever that is, it is. We didn't have that many, but we had some. And there are many of you that just stayed here and stayed here and stayed here and stayed here, and you're still here. You're still here. That means a lot to us. That means a lot. It lets us know that we've got something special. It lets us know that we've got something that people believe in. We just got to make it better. We're always making it better. It's not bad now. It's great now. But in 2021, our main goal is to make this thing phenomenal. Not good, but phenomenal. That's what we want to do. And I look forward to seeing all of you in 2021, hitting your numbers, hitting your goals, doing what you want to do for you and your family. That's what I look forward to. That's what makes me happy. That makes me happy. Because again, I can tell you, like some others on here, I'm sure, I am one of those guys that's had those phone calls and never knew why I was doing network marketing until you get the calls like this. Ryan, thanks for showing me this business, because this is the first summer I was able to buy all my kids new school clothes for school. Never knew that till you get those calls. Or I've had this one. Ryan, thanks for showing me this business because I'm not hiding my car anymore. Repo man was looking for it. I never knew it. Friend of mine, never knew it. You never know what's happening. You just never know. But when you get those kind of calls and you hear those kind of people and they open up, they're vulnerable enough to open up and let you know that, you absolutely know what this stuff is. You absolutely know. That's when it's ingrained in you. That's when it goes from your head to your heart. That's when it happens. You know, a lot of people say that when you're building a network marketing team and you're thinking about it and it's in your head and those kind of things, and then when you go to the event, like a regional or a national, they say that's when it goes from your head to your heart. And that's true to a certain extent, but not 100%. It goes from your head to your heart when somebody picks that phone up and calls you and tells you thank you because you just changed something in their life and they mean it. They mean it. That's when it goes from here to here. Oh, wait. I don't know if you can say your head to your heart. That's when it happens. So I'm going to suggest something. Not only when you sit down and write your goals and your roadmap for 2021, add something to your roadmap. What you should add to your roadmap is, how many people are you going to take with you? How many? Put that on your goals list. Put that on your goals list. That will help you. Just in that process, it will help you getting your goals done where you want to go. It really, really will. So guys, again, let me say Merry Christmas to you all. I will be doing Wednesday night's Strive for 5 call for those of you that have 5 members. I will also be doing a Thursday night presentation call. Hopefully we'll roll out in 2021 with a new presentation. That's my goal, a different presentation. And with that said, folks, look, God bless everybody. Look forward to see you for the rest of this week, and then let's just take a break. Let's take a break. But it would be interesting. It would be interesting when we roll into 2021 that we all come on here, kind of give each other what our goals are. If you want to, that's fine. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to. But put it out there because, you know, there's something out there that says when more than one person comes together, y'all know what it is. I try to stay away from that when we're on these calls, but y'all know what I mean. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to 2021. I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to do in 2021. And I'm really excited about exactly what's going to happen with the bump card, because I happen to know something that's going to happen with the bump card that I'm not at liberty to talk about, and I made you guys a promise. We will never, ever, ever do what we did with the text message marketing that we did in the beginning. That will never happen again. So with that being said, folks, thanks for being here. Merry Christmas. See you on Thursday. Have a fantastic night, everybody.